Today we'll be discussing about ratio, proportions, and percentages. Uh, Ratio, I would say it's nothing but when two numbers are given, like say if you have a number A as 30 and B as 100, the ratio would be given as A is to B, or simply it would be given as A by B, and it is the numbers one below the other, like 30 by 100. So you will be given a ratio in the most simplest form. It would be 3 by 10. So we should not, if we are given a ratio as A is to B as 3 is to 10, we should not take it as directly the number is A is equal to 3 or B is equal to 10. This is like a basic which we must have already know. So if you want to double a ratio, like if we are given A is to B as 3 is to 10, and if you want to double a ratio, we need to just multiply the numerator by 2. And so if I multiply 2 into 3 by 10, I'm going to get 3 is to 5. So 3 is to 5 is the double of the ratio A is to B, which is 3 is to 10. Similarly, if you want to half a ratio, so if you want to get half of A is to B, then just multiply the denominator by 2. So half of 3 is to 10 would be 3 is to 20. And two ratios are said to be in proportion if they both are equal. So that means if A is to B is 3 is to 10 and X is to Y is 3 is to 10, then these two are said to be in proportion. And this concept which I'm going to tell right now, you would be most probably using it to solve some kind of problems. That is, if you are given two ratios, one is A is to B, which is 2 is to 5, and B is to C, which is 3 is to 8. And if you are asked to find A is to B is to C, just take the common number in it. I mean to say, take the common ratio, that is B, common number in this, and get it to as a same number. So if A is to B is 2 is to 5 and B is to C is 3 is to 8, so B is the common one. So 5 and 3, you need to make sure that you get it to a same number. So multiply A is to B by 3. So if I multiply entire numerator and denominator of A is to B by 3, I'm going to get 6 is to 15, and I'm going to multiply B is to C by 5. So I'm going to get B is to C as 15 is to 40 if I multiply by 5. So now I have 15 and 15 equal. So I can write directly as 6 is to 15 is to 40, which is A is to B is to C. So this concept you would be most probably using to solve some kind of problems. So moving on to the next one, which I wanted to cover. So if you have percentages, uh, percentages is something I think most probably everyone would be familiar of. So if I have any number, say 100, and if I want to get 10% of it, 10% of it would be 10. And if I have any other number, say 90, and 100% of it would be 90 itself, and 90% would be a bit lower than that, and 10% of it would be 9 and something like that. So this is percentages. And if you are given successive percentages, so successive percentages in the sense, if I am given a 10% discount initially, and then again I am given another 20% discount, then to find out the effective percentage change, I can use this formula. So you can just remember only one scenario in this, that is A plus B plus A into B by 100, and you can use it for all scenarios. So I will just tell you how to use it. So let's say you have a stock. So the initial price of the stock is 100, and the stock increased by 10% initially, 10% increase, and then again it increased by 20%. So effective change is not 30%, 10 plus 20. That is because initially 100 increased by 10%, and then you are getting 110, and then on 110 it is increasing by another 20%. So that's why it is not just 20 plus 10. You can use this formula. So since both are increase, you can use A plus B plus A into B by 100. So that would be 10 plus 20 into 10 by 100. So you would get 32. Uh, Similarly, you can also use if one is an increase and another is a decrease, just denote that as a minus sign in your formula and you will be able to solve it. So if one is a 10% increase and another is a 5% decrease, so if I want to put that in my formula, I would put it as 10 minus 5 plus 10 into minus 5 whole divided by 100. So in this way you can find out the effective percentage change. So at the end, if you get it as a negative, then your effective percentage is a decrease. At the end, if you get your answer as positive and a number, and that denotes an increase. So you can use, you remember only one of this, that is a plus b plus ab into 100, and use it for all other scenarios. Similarly, in percentages we get the concept of cost price, selling price, mark price. I think more you would be familiar of this. So just remember that everything would be on cost price. So if I get a profit, that should be calculated on cost price. If you get a loss, that should also be calculated on cost price. And market price is something like, uh, I'm not selling at a market price. I give a discount on market price and then sell it at another price, that is the selling price. So since these are all concepts which we must have already been familiar with, I just don't want to give more details on it.
Thanks for watching the video and do subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.